Hello, Class 2, it's Mrs. Durst, and today I wanted to go into a little bit of history about blue willow dishes, how they began, and how long they've been around. So this beautiful pattern for dishes started in the late 1700s. It looks Chinese. The legend around this beautiful picture is taking place in China. However, this whole story and this whole design and pattern on dishes was started in England. In the late 1700s, right around the time of the American Revolution, an English engraver named Thomas Minton. An engraver did metal typecasting. They would do the letters to make newspaper. They would make engravings to create prints of paper. So he had engraved this amazing picture in copper plate. It was so popular at the time. All of this Chinese motif and design was super hot, super popular in the late 1700s. This was kicking, really cool to have something that looked like this. So in the late 1700s, Thomas Minton's blue willow copperplate pressings were very popular. So this pottery guy, this guy who loved to make dishes, and he was creating all kinds of beautiful china sets for the table, fell in love with this imagery. And so in 1780, our friend Thomas Turner went ahead and bought the rights from Thomas Minton and started creating dishes that looked like blue willow. And this was called the blue willow pattern. It was loved so much in the 1700s and 1800s that people had it almost in every house. It was so very beautiful and popular, okay? It was mass produced by over 400 porcelain and china dish manufacturers over the years. Think about that. 400 different manufacturers made this blue willow pattern available. It's incredible. So it has endured over the centuries. To this day, you can go to Amazon and buy a plate like this for blue willow. What you will always find on a blue willow pattern to be blue willow will be, of course, the willow tree. And I have a packet of images, and you'll see that every manufacturer has changed the willow look. There are probably 5 or 6 different willows that you can find, but every blue willow plate will have blue willow. It will have the Chinese pine tree that the very wealthy Mandarin lived under in his 2-story wonderful pagoda, okay? There will be a garden where the pagoda is near, showing that this rich Mandarin had fabulous lands and resources. You will always see the fence, as you see here. You will always see the boat where the 2 young people escaped from the pagoda from. You'll see the boat. You'll always see the island where they lived happily for a while, the bridge, and them being chased across the bridge, and you will always see 2 blue doves staring at each other lovingly in the sky. So this is how you tell blue willow. While the story and the pattern, the story for the pattern is fiction, it didn't really ever happen, it was a fabulous marketing tool, and the legend has sold many a piece of blue willow to people who love it. It has become a classic. And you, like I said, can still buy blue willow today. And so I would love for you to look at the imagery. I particularly love this gorgeous use of shape and line all throughout the edge of blue willow. I just think that's just gorgeous, all those different shapes and lines. And we are going to be using all these shapes and lines and create our own blue willow inspired piece of pottery for a collage. It will be a piece of paper with this beautiful motif that you'll design. So I just want you to understand the history behind blue willow.